And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there on the first play of the game. 43 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he goes out right around the 39. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it. Chubb. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Williams again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. With his 11th rushing touchdown on the year, number 15 overall. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Watson. Rolling to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. He's to the 15. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Out to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From the 7, it's second and 5. Wilson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Watson. On the move to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got it to Bell on the out route. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air yet again. Watson buying time to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend, because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there, because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson able to find the open man. That's complete. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete to Troutman. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Here's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Baron Browning from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Up the middle, it's Williams. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw is Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Marvin Mims, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Wilson going to throw for it. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From his goal line here, Watson. And this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On 4th down, Watson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Watson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's got this down to the 35. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now Watson going to get this into the hands of Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw on second is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Watson on first down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw on third down, Watson eluding the pressure right. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off. And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They run. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he'll get this up to about the 40. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Broncos, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.